Hello, everybody. My name is Roberta Robbins, and I am here to do a divine divination oracle card reading for you. I've been doing these for the last few weeks in this type of format, and today I knew I had to come and do this. I feel that message that I need to come in and do a reading, but when I sat down to ask what kind of intuitive reading it was going to be, what kind of theme, because I was like, do I do one for February? I had the feeling coming in that there needed to be one that was like working with like our soul purpose and guidance through that and our career, but also our self-care that is really needed right now, along with relationships. And the thing is, I couldn't get a clear message in the sense of we want you to do the reading like this. Instead, what I got was you need to just be in the moment and do the reading and see where the reading leads you, and we will walk with you. So when I say we, I'm talking about my guides and that work with me. And so we're just going to start this reading and knowing that there's a reason why I've been called to come in and do this, to spend some time with this. And also, if you're tuning in, there's a reason for you. There's something here that you are needing. So the cards that I've pulled for today, just like all my other card readings that I do, I will post in the description what these cards are. And still very clearly getting the message about career, self-care, and relationships. So I'm going to start there. That's an overall guidance I feel like I'm getting to start with, and to do kind of start in the sense of breaking it down with themes in that sense. So let's see what Spirit actually wants us to work with. And this is in moment connection with Spirit and what Spirit wants to bring forth for those that are seeking some guidance. So funny that just flipped over. I'm not going to pull that as a major one, but I am going to let you know what that was. Funny, just in the sense that it has come up in a lot of readings already. For my personal readings, the readings I've done with others, and readings that I follow with certain people. That message has been coming in a few different forms. So let's just show you what that was. Message in a bottle. I believe this was in definitely a couple weeks ago's message, and it was somewhere else too. So this is just, I'm going to put it back into the deck. If it comes out again, then we really know that we are meant to have this. Message in a bottle. Expect messages. Expect communication. There's something coming in some kind of form for you that you're needing to hear. And this definitely could be something that you've been asking divine, that you've been maybe even asking people that are around you, that you care about, love, and trust their wisdom and support. Maybe it's something you've been asking them. There is a message that's going to be coming to you. So be open and ready for this to come in. And it's something that's going to be about your soul path and your journey, and your connection with your soul self and this walk in this life. So let's see if that comes up again. If it does, it does. And these cards, sometimes this particular deck of Colette's is very sticky. It doesn't slide as well as some other decks are very slidey, very slippery. This one here kind of like really almost grabs onto the cards. All right, so Spirit, we're asking for 3 cards. One that's going to govern the individual tapping into this message for the month of February. keep in the container for the month of February 2020. A card, an overgoverning theme to guide them with their soul purpose. And this could be into their career and how they're walking through their career and the alignment with their soul purpose at this time. To be fair. To be fair. Number 38. There's something here. The first thing I'm getting with this is the balance of everything. The balance of, you know, being fair within yourself, relationships and everything. But there's a balance of allowing wisdom to come in and good fortune, and also trusting what divine is coming in, like letting go and letting what be naturally flow to you, and that you're keeping yourself balanced within your spiritual self, your higher soul self, and what you know, allowing what good fortune is coming in and what spirit has for you. And it sounds like this is like that you need to be gentle and kind with yourself when it comes to right now, when it's around your career, around your soul purpose, your soul message and mission that you have here. So above her head is an owl. On her one side here is a fortune cookie on a platter. And I believe it's almost kind of hard to tell exactly what that is, but I'm going to say it almost looks like it's an egg on the other platter. So not only is this a platter, but she has, her arms are reached out, palms open, but at the same time, she also has arms that are coming out and it's holding it like a scale. So there's a balancing, there's justice. Be just in what you are doing and choosing in your life, but there's something about balance within your knowing, your wisdom, balance within being attuned to spirit and the messages, and balance with the opening and acceptance of good fortune, good news, and new beginnings. If this is an egg, I don't know if it is, but that's what I'm picking up, that it's actually an egg on that scale. And you know, there's something about new beginnings. What maybe is not seen or birthed yet, but trusting that there is something good coming and that your higher self already knows. Your higher self already knows there. There's this, you know, wisdom, this bird, this owl sitting up on the crown of her head. And birds in general are messengers to spirit. So there's this knowing, higher knowing and wisdom that's there, and support and guidance to help you. And so anyhow, governing card, at least, we'll get more about what that's about for everybody. Of course, every message, take it if it feels like it's resonating. Every little piece is going to feel a little bit different for everybody when you're receiving what I'm receiving and what I'm offering out. You are going to individually listen and hear it in your own divine way. So if it's feeling like, oh yeah, there's something here as we go through this message, trust that. If not, you're like, no, then that is not for you. That message is not for you. This is a general collective message for those that are seeking some guidance right now. And so this is for the self-care, you alone. A change in the wind. Oh, well, freak, man. I laugh because, I can definitely feel this myself. And I know a lot of people are feeling this. There is a change. There is a shifting that's going on right now. And that shifting is happening within us. There's things that are happening around us, but there's things within us. We feel that we are shifting. We are trying to find a new footholding to where to land, what is landing within us, what is coming up and really wants our attention. and how things want to be different this time around, because there is a new cycle, new beginning that we're happening here. So we have this beautiful zebra that's carrying this like almost like little castle. It's got the Drussian and the moon on the top there. We have the north and the south. So there's new winds. You're being blown and taken into, divinely taken and supported into new directions. So this is in the self-care here where we pulled the card. So an overall theme of there's change there. Allow this to happen. Lean into it and allow yourself to surrender and know, soulfully know that if things are feeling kind of like chaotic and not grounded and rooted and you're not sure, and it's like, oh my God, what is happening in 2020? It's okay, because things are just moving in and trying to find the place. So what do you need within your self-care? What do you need to be doing for yourself to help during this time of change? All right. Sometimes I look at the bottom card that's on the bottom of the deck for that, and soulmates is on the bottom of the deck, and I'm just about to go into relationships here. So there was a sense I almost like thought this was going to be our next card, and then I just happened wanted to look at it. So just know we got soulmates, and I'm about to pull for that relationship. The next guiding theme for our relationships are where we're at. Maybe it's a relationship you're in that you're working on, there's something coming up, or a relationship with a sacred partner, divine union, your soul mate, a twin flame, whatever it may be for you. But this in the field of relationships and romantics. So we're in the month of February. We're going to talk about relationships of the heart. When I pulled this card, we want a guiding theme for relationships of the heart. A higher power. So getting this card right away, the relationship in the field and the theme for this month, and it's a 4 here. We're in a 4-year, but the foundations, solid foundations, this higher power. If you are working with a relationship right now, or seeking and calling in and wanting to be in divine union with a relationship that just not only meets these needs of the 3D world that we need, that sometimes that's where a lot of focus has been in relationships, but you're seeking something higher, something more soulfully connected, something that, a relationship that ignites you to be truly who you are, allows you to be in your divine essence, and that you together can be in your divine essence. So there's a governing theme here with a higher soulful relationships. So this part here might be really speaking to those of you that are seeking that part of your life, that you're putting on energy and thought, wondering what's happening here, how do I manage this? So we're going to look out for a little guidance about how we manage this. This, I kind of went out over it just as I was about to say this. There's in this picture, and I don't think you can see it because of the light that reflects off these. Actually, I'm going to go turn that light off behind me. But there's a man's face right there. So there's this beautiful female face here. She's got wings, and there's light shining out of her third eye. And there's a male, a divine masculine face within there. So I'm going to go shut that light off behind me, because I think it's that big overall one that sometimes I have on that just doesn't help with seeing the cards for you guys as clearly. Let's see. Back here. Yeah, I think you guys can see it a little bit more when I do that. Possibly. So we'll turn that light on. I have this other light that I put on for you guys. As you can see that I'm moving it around, just so that you can hopefully see things a little bit better. Let me see if I can hold that up, and so that you guys can see that. I don't know if it'll focus. I don't think it will for you. Oh, there, you can see it a bit there. No. I will take a picture. I always take a picture of the cards for you guys So as I said, we have this beautiful woman here. Her hands are cupped up at her throat. Light is pouring down into her third eye, and there's a masculine face, divine masculine face right in there. Alrighty. So just reminding you, we're looking at here 3 themes overall for February. This being with our soul purpose and career, this is our self-care, and this is relationships. And definitely Spirit saying relationships of the heart, of the soul connection, of or the sacred union. And this, you know, with our self-care, that things are changing. Things are reminding us things are changing. How are we going to self-care and look after ourselves as they're shifting and changing? And this balancing justice, truth, good fortune, new beginnings here with the career and connecting with our soulful path. So we're going to get some cards to start giving some guidance for this. So I'm going to do 3 cards for the career, soul purpose and mission. 3 cards that will guide and give support how you're managing to walk through February, to move through February 2020, seeking the messages and the guidance that you need to be aligned with your soul purpose. So the first one I got 8 of Swords. And then the 6 of Wands. And the 8 of Pentacles. All righty, let's just move those over a little bit. So I'm going to continue on so I can get a nice, better flow. I find that I can flow a little bit more easy when I have a full story here in front of me and how this all might be connecting also together. Because not also, it does, right? Like, we are always, I find the majority of us, we're always like our purpose, our career, that part of our life, and then how we are managing the bridging, right? This is almost the spirit in the sense of our bridging and with our relationships. So grabbing a few more cards here. So 6 of Pentacles, interesting. We got a lot of 6s and 8s here. Fool. And this one flipped over to the King of Wands. All right. Now on to this sacred relationship, this relationship that's, this is definitely going to be speaking more to those of you that are working in the realms of yourself and knowing this is the kind of relationship you are seeking. Maybe you're in it and you're working on it. Maybe you're still calling it in. Maybe there's guidance to what you're needing. That's the first card that flipped right out. Death and rebirth. Alrighty. The 5 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Cups. Alrighty. Make sure you can see all that cards there. All right, dear ones. All right. So remember, soul purpose and career, self-care, soul alignment, what you're needing, and relationships of higher truth and value of connection of heart relationships, soulful heart relationships. So over here, we're getting the message of the 8 of Swords and the 6 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. So we're getting this nice balance. We're starting within the air element here with the swords. She's like blindfolded. Her hands are tied right now together. She's got these crows that are like wrapping around, like stringing that around her. But the question is, are we looking here, or do we see here? Her actually gazing, in some ways seeing, reflecting into this mirror, noticing that this is actually a mirror. So there's a pull, a back and forth that's happening within possibly you at this time, in regards to your soulful path, like regards to your career and what's going on. There is a struggle and a pulling, and knowing that there is change going on. There may be this internal thing that's going on right now, saying, what side are you seeing? But how are you going to balance this? That it's okay that you're feeling a little maybe stuck right now, trapped. What is it that you're going to do? But actually be aware in general that you are actually not this. This is illusion here. You are actually free to move and do and believe in anything you want. But what will you choose to stay in? How much will you stay over here? And maybe there's a bit of this mind, trapped of the mind. Remember, we're working with the air element here. So the mind, are we in so much of the negative thoughts and the shadow sides of ourselves and getting tied up within this, that we're not realizing it's in the mind, and we have the power and choice to be free and move whatever we need to with our choices. But I'm getting that message of making sure we're not too stuck, right? Notice what's coming over in the mind, what's stopping us or binding, what is surfacing as a healing right now. And how are we managing that energy in our lives? Because this is gonna, we're always dealing with these kind of things, like this tug of war within ourselves, especially with our mind. So how are we mastering this right now? Where do we can put our own power in our lives? This is saying, we need to remind ourselves, this is natural, but remember, our mind can really trip us up. Remind us, we actually have the power, that we are actually in the big picture free. We're not being pulled at here by anything other than what our mind does to us. So moving into the next card here, the Six of Wands. Here she has this beautiful, the Six of Wands, like a celebration. She's got the one here that's on fire. Her arms are open. Lights are it's like spotlights are shining down upon her. This is a card of victory, of coming home to self, of celebration, of reaping rewards of like the journey that you have taken. So this, to me, always coming, this little story that's already starting to happen, is that we're going to be moving. Once we understand and see these things, there is this within our career, within figuring out what we really truly want, there is this celebration, this victory, this like cheering, these people that are just waiting for us to step into this and to step into our mastery, so that they can celebrate and we can fully celebrate who we are. And especially because this is part of our soul path and purpose and career here, that we can have what we are truly desiring. We just need to take some time and also be aware of what might be tripping us up right now. But that you're moving into celebration and to really feel like you are in alignment with truly who you are, but what you are, your mission here in your life that's going to bring you joy. And that's going to be different for everybody, and it looks different for everybody, right? That's the thing. Get out of the, if anything's tripping you up right now, if you're comparing yourself to others, you got to let all that go, right? This is your soul walk. Be in that. And then we come into this here, the Eight of Pentacles. And it's like this mastery. She's got all these sacred tools and everything that's in front of her, that she has all this, we went from, this is fire here with the wands. And now we're moving into the tangible, earthy abundance and Eight of Pentacles. And she's got all of this in front of her. All of this abundance, all of this wisdom and tools. And it's like Where are you now going to go? How are you going to shine with that? What are your tools? There is all this abundance. So going from kind of a heaviness trapped within yourself, look at this, know that you can move into victory and claiming your path, claiming your truth, and that this, you'll have all these options, all this abundance, and you'll be able to go and grow and move forward with whatever way you need to that feels divinely right for you. So right now, and overall, a journey within this side here was that you are seeking balance and justice and fairness within yourself, within your career, what you're doing, what that looks like for you. You're seeing where you might be getting a little tripped up within yourself, knowing the message from divine that all you have to do is take that time and master within yourself these, your thoughts and the emotions and the lack that you might be feeling in your life, the struggles that might be there, things or people that are maybe tripping you up. It's an illusion. You have the power. Go back your power so you can move into your sacred soul self with abundance and victory, and that you can then just nicely settle into all your wisdom and magic and tools and everything that you have and choose what you want. So nice little story guidance that's happening here with that part. So in the middle, of course, we're going with the change, right? There's lots of change going on. Before, I have a sense I actually want to go over here because all of this ties into here, right? Like this is the center's piece of ourselves. So I'm actually going to move over to the relationship part before I come back and go into our soul self-care on what is needed right here, because it's going to bridge, right? So we have the higher power, that essence here that came up in the Governing card for our relationships, and that soulful sacred union, heart connection, open heart connection. We are in the month of February, and there's a lot about romance and love and connection and open-hearted space. And it could be relationships of lots of times, lots of themes and areas that we are going to be looking at throughout the month of February. But this card was coming up really with the balance of the divine masculine and feminine, and the feminine standing and being in her power and knowing. So here we have a death and a rebirth that's coming up here in card 13. And I think that's perfect because what I'm getting right off is old parts of yourself has to go, right? We have to shed, we have to release. And this is, my sense is there is a death of possibly a relationship that is not working for you anymore. There's a death within yourself even of maybe forgiveness also. Like I'm getting that there's, in the death, there is forgiveness and acceptance for yourself and what you truly are needing and desiring. That you have changed, that you have grown, and that you need to be okay with that and accept who you are now and what you're truly seeking for your heart's desire, and for that divine connection, a higher soulful relationship that will fill you up on this next part of your journey. So a strong message coming in about that. Death being also that you have to bring in that forgiveness and acceptance and love for yourself, as that you can then be rebirthed into what you are truly wanting. So this month you need to take some time. What might be getting your way as you're rebirthing? There's almost like we have so much in here, and this beautiful card that Gansean has created here. I mean, it's so like, you know, into the cosmos, into so much more. So we need to travel this month and be aware of what is in you more. What do you soulfully know, maybe even beyond this life, and to trust that. So, you know, most people have been living this 3D life, this very human experience, heavy, dense life that we have picked up and we've walked from other relationships we've seen from our own our past relationships, from maybe our parents, relationships that are mirroring around us that are really old 3D kind of relationships, and that there is something in you that's calling for something more. You are seeking something more, but there is a knowing. Sometimes there is no proof here in the 3D maternal earthly realm that says this is truth. But within you and your higher connection and knowing, you know that there is something more calling to you. That you know this because it is you. the sacred relationship and that soulful passion that you're seeking, and seeking within to have with somebody else, you're seeking it because it's a reflection of already who you are. And so this might be a little bit of a time too that you need to maybe pause and see what something might be not aligned, or you need to bridge within yourself, connecting yourself, your 3D self, up to your 5D self, into your soul self, right? Into all that you are, all that you know, and trusting and leading into this, because this rebirth is asking that of you, to trust the unseen, what is right there in front of you, and to know yourself, trust the intuition. You have the divine masculine and feminine within you, and there needs to be a balance within that before you can match and dance and be with someone else, and they need to be within a nice dance of the divine masculine and feminine within themselves. So there is a rebirthing from this old 3D relationships that a lot of us have walked through and been through. Now it's time to do our work, to have faith, to have trust, believe it, know it, feel it within you, so that there is this new rebirthing that can happen. Now, the card that was following this is the 5 of Pentacles, and fives are changed. The number 5 itself usually represents change in our lives, but also the seeking of freedom and wisdom and a few different things. But here we have Pentacles. Pentacles, once again, an earth element. Is there something, like certain things that are physically in your realm right now, in your life, that you need to shift around? And we have this key sitting over here. We have a lock here, so this nice door with the pentacles on it. Now she's sitting there and she's got her hands on her legs. She's leaning over a headstone, almost like she's done, tired, and just sitting there. She's not really doing a lot of action. But it's time for action is what I'm hearing with this card. There's time to get up out of this. If you're stopped and pause, take a moment, take a breather, but ask yourself what needs to change. And once again, there's this theme here about you claiming your power. The key is right there. She's sitting here going, I don't know, she's just sitting her head down and kind of like, upset, and her energy is a little low is what I'm getting from this particular card. Yes, it's good to rest. I hear that. I heard that message just right now. Like, yes, you gotta rest. It's okay. But don't stay in this too long. Know that it is time for change. This is in a relationship. What needs to be maybe moved around within yourself, within the physical world, because we're in the Pentacles here. But look up. Take back your power. The key is right there. The door is right there. How are you going to move forward right now in your life to make what you want to manifest, what you're calling forth, what you really truly are desiring? How are you going to do that? And are you going to take the action that is needed and the energy that is needed and commit to this, which is committing to yourself, committing to that soulful, divine part of yourself and walking forth so that you can actually let in this relationship, this connection. And I get the sense I'm also getting a strong message. If there's things that you are aware of, and if you're not aware of it, ask Spirit to help you with this. But if there's things that need to be moved, or you have to do something, you have to end another relationship, remember, death, there might be an ending of another relationship. You might be in the ending of it, and there might be this little breathing break right now. But whatever little things, it may not just be little things, as I said that, but there's a message here. You got to look around and see what also physically in your life might need some tweaking and moving around for you to get up and be ready for this soulful union within yourself and within another partner. Always got to stop, pause, and make adjustments as needed. Because guess what? 9 of Cups. This is a message. This is how the energy is flowing. You're moving to the 9 of Cups, the fulfillment, the love, the emotions, the fulfillment of what your heart desires. And in this card, I really hope that didn't, there was a little notice that came up on my computer. Hopefully I wasn't recording it all that time for you guys. There's, in this card here, she's got light shining out from her heart to all these cups. And she's coming up out of this treasure box. And the funny thing is, I've never actually noticed this before, but I'm noticing it today. She's in the water, right? Cups are water, the water element. She's coming up to the surface. Her cups, she's got 9 of them. She only needs 1 more for complete fulfillment. And she has all this joy, all this stuff that's right there. She's birthing up and out of. So as you honor yourself on this journey, right, with how we've gone from this inner world, what night, stepping into your power, letting go of relationship maybe that is not working, or letting go of part of yourself so you can move forward into your divine knowing, truth, blind faith, doing the work, manifesting what you need to manifest, changing what you need to, knowing that you have the power. Once again, the key is right there. And then also that this is moving into your fulfillment, power, emotional fulfillment for yourself. So like I said, I'm going to come back to the middle part being the self-care. What is needed right now for you as you're going and shifting through February? And we have the 6 of Pentacles. So 6, we have, like, where did oh yeah, there was the soulmates in the bottom of the 1 card over here. 6 in general always has a connection with soulmate energy, but this one here, we're also the Pentacles itself, the earthly realms and connections. So having that balance right now, there's a give and take and opening and receiving. So with the self-care, make sure that you know how to give and take, and things are balanced and soulfully aligned for you in the material world. So in this 3D world that we're living in, and so that you can fill up your cup, and with the knowing what to hold in your hand, knowing what to give, but also could be what you need to receive. So the self-care of having that awareness that there's a balance of give and a take, and knowing what you need. And then we go into the Fool. We got the Fool here. New beginnings, ready to reach out. So, self-care, back into this alignment of feeling free, doing things for yourself that makes you believe again of new beginnings, of new starts, of being light in your energy, light in your heart, almost like willing to kind of like leap off a cliff. So do things that are going to make you feel light and free for yourself, and that anything is possible. And if things are getting heavy, think of, what can I do in this moment? If this is feeling heavy, what can I do to switch my energy right now that I feel lighter and that I feel completely divinely supported in where I'm going in this month of February and beyond, right? That trust. So allowing yourself to know how to give and take, shift your energy into a lighter space. We got to be mindful of our thoughts, and over here, what lines up with our own negative thoughts. So taking that, being in the trusting, and then also the King of Wands. So we're moving into this like celebration once again. We had the other celebration here, right? And here, see this theme, like even here, there's a celebration towards the end as you journey. So what needs to be celebrated? The wands, the passion, the fire. What brings fire and joy and celebration and rhythm and movement and anything that brings up things within you and surrounds you that sets you on fire within. Seek those things this month that will put fire and passion into your heart, that will make you feel light, almost carefree light, and support it, raising the vibration, trusting, knowing there is new things, new paths and joys that are happening, even if you're not quite feeling it or seeing it. And that there's this nice give and take, knowing when within the earthly realms, the give and take, and just overall knowing this theme, right? That it is time of change right now. So parts of this might be calling to you, part of these messages, whether it might be just one area, through here, through here, through here, or how it's all connecting. It's interesting, like I said at the starting of this reading, I was like, asking Spirit, I was asking Divine, asking my guides, I'm like, what kind of reading do you want me to do? What kind of structure? And I couldn't even quite hear it other than like, you need to just start the reading and see where it goes. And so here, this is what they wanted for today, and with an overall theme of what is moving through February for you and how to manage. So maybe you're right now more focused on this part of your life, understanding like what's the dream, what's the new soul purpose, are you balanced within it, is it feeling good, what might be blocking you, knowing that you can come into your power, into celebration, into victory, and that you have all this abundance and all these lovely things to move forth with. And then these things that just trusting, maybe it's just that you need to trust that there is a lot of change going on right now. That there's energies coming at shifting a lot of things. And that we're saying we need to really go into our self-care. We need to know when we're filling ourselves up, how we need to be filled up. We need to understand how we're giving energy away. What is that balance within ourselves right now for that? And knowing and trusting there is a lightness that we need to move and keep remembering this light feeling, right? And the celebration, the passion, the fire, and this relationship. Definitely a lot of people I know is going through a lot of different kind of relationship. This is the month of love, relationships and things like that, of all kinds, as I already said. But there is something that is seeking a different kind of relationship that we are calling for. And of course, this all starts first with ourselves. A higher power, and this is higher power is what that card said. And the card, like I said, I mean, it's really hard for you to see that because it's very light pastel watermark kind of picture on here. But there's a woman here up in the clouds, wings, angelic. She's got light shining from her third eye. She's got the divine masculine. So it's within her, the masculine, the divineness of her feminine, balance, the yin, the yang, the death, the rebirth, how we have to move through that and step into more power again. Maybe resting, thinking about what needs to be changed, because there is change as we're going through this, and knowing that we are moving through the celebration. So I'm going to leave a card for each of these. One card for each of these. I am at home in my body and at peace in my spirit. I am at home in my body and at peace in my spirit. So overall message here to leave you with is find that peace, know yourself. This is the career, the soul path, our new mission. You coming home to yourself and knowing yourself as you walk and move through this. And I'm going to go over to the relationship side here for a card. I focus on what is working. I focus on what is working. There she is, very focused, right? Taking aim. What do you truly want? Believe in that. Know yourself. Know that it's possible. And take aim. Focus. Intention. We have a full moon that's coming up soon. In about 5 days. This nice full moon here. So I'm getting to take this week. If you're watching this video at the start of February, take this week to get ready to set some intentions here, to claim and call in what it is you are calling for yourself within a soulful, sacred, powerful relationship. And then last card here. My instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. My instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. You got this little, I'm going to say the dude looks like a fox here, clever little fox. So keep in mind here, trust yourself as you're going forward if you come across anything else. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed this reading that Spirit wanted to bring through today. I'd love to know how you guys are doing, what was resonating with you, and how your month ends up going for you. Until then, be well.